Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and we have
me, your boy,
Dylan.
Delan.
And
Yeah, it's Ethan. I was gonna do I pushed the mic away because I was gonna do "Good Morning Vietnam," but then I remembered that that would be like all of my energy. So
Very loud.
we'll save it for the end.
No, that'd be "Good Evening."
Good
I
night,
guess.
wherever the
evening.
fuck.
And it's still, I just don't have the energy
Yeah.
for it. So
Well-
"Good Morning Vietnam."
How are you?
Good morning Vietnam. It's me.
As you guys probably can tell, this episode is about the
The morning in
mornings.
Vietnam.
the movie Good Morning Vietnam.
And it's mornings.
It was actually about my morning in Vietnam. It was,
That one time.
I started it with breakfast. It was,
Yeah. Went down to a local, pub.
local pub and got
Yeah.
some of the black stuff. I got a pint
Yeah.
of the black stuff. That's Irish.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Anyways,
Good morning Vietnam.
it's been, so just to pull back the curtain a little bit, we had like a few episodes kind of in the can that we had like kind of so for the past, like, I don't know what, 2-3 weeks or so.
We've
We've
been
had-
lazy.
No, we haven't
2
been
weeks?
lazy. We've
been ahead.
We've been on top of our A game and got stuff like knocked out.
And then we
advance.
stopped doing that.
Well,
and then all at once we stopped doing that.
Only
We-
out of necessity, of course.
Yes, we stopped because again, we got ahead on episodes because of the the crazy weeks that I knew that were coming ahead for me, and again, what's coming up as well ahead for me again is crazy. But again, we kind of hit the end of the backlog, so now we're this is the first time we've kind of reconvened in what feels like forever in doing like a podcast together as a little trio. So just to kind of talk about what's going on in our lives, just, initially before we start talking about the movie. How you been, Dylan?
I've been fairly well.
Well, first off, he's not dead yet. It's
Nope.
good start for him.
Any day's a good day as long as you're not dead.
I don't know about that, but I mean, it's,
Well,
you're not dead at least.
maybe not nowadays.
Dang.
Kind
But
of
how-
looking forward to it, honestly. Whatever. I'll be fine. Anyway, what Ian was trying to say earlier is that he hates us and the rest of you. That's right, the two
No.
of you listening right now.
No.
All
That's
two
not-
of you.
That's not the case. There has been, dude, there's been so much going
The
on.
only two
I don't
people
wanna-
that he hates are me and you, Dylan.
No,
That's
it's fine. Who do you think I meant?
it. We're the only two who listen. We're the only people who subscribe to this.
Oh
as well.
my gosh, man.
That's funny.
Yeah. What about you, Ethan? Business as usual?
Not really. Like right as I got used to night shift, I feel like my preceptor swapped to days.
Nice.
I got used to night shift, and I was like, man, I can roll with this for a bit.
Isn't that how it always works? Just when you get comfortable, like, let's go ahead and flip this over.
Well,
Just throw a
at least
curveball your
at least
way.
here, I think
Yeah.
every month it swaps. I'm pretty sure you like 1 month nights, 1 month days, and so he swapped
Okay.
right as I got. But this was also my first time doing nights, so I wasn't able to get used to it as quickly.
Yeah.
But right as he swapped, he I like didn't work with him for a bit for other school stuff, and then I started working with him again, but I already had night shift scheduled, and he was on day shift now. So I worked a night shift and then 2 days and then a night shift. And then I got home and I was like, can I just sleep for 16 hours? And I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure
yeah.
I did.
That'd be nice.
Can I just, like, not for
Pretty sure I
a
did.
whole day?
For a whole 24 hours. I'm pretty sure I just
Yeah.
didn't do anything, and I was like, good.
The grind never
Yeah.
sleeps.
But it also doesn't help that those 2 days were really crazy, but they were exactly what I needed. So now I'm like basically cleared to finish up school, and
Nice.
I have my final exams
So-
scheduled.
What you're saying is by the next episode, you could be a new man.
By the next episode, I will have taken. It depends on when we record the next episode.
You'll be a made man.
So, because like they're like the Tuesday is whenever I take my exam, and if we record it on the Monday, then I won't have. By the time the next episode, by the time this episode airs, I'll
Yes.
have already taken my exam. Because if we air it on a Friday, then when
Yeah.
this one airs, I'll have taken it, but it just it's delayed.
Yeah. So
But yeah, by the
could be
beginning
a-
of next
yeah.
month, then I will be
Yes.
a paramedic. That's
at
the
some
plan.
point in time, you will be promoted.
Yeah.
So,
Woohoo! I get to
Big
make money again.
party nights.
Yeah,
for,
and I get to schedule all the hours I need because school's not in the way anymore, and I get to make money again.
nice.
Yeah, that's-
School's out.
School's
For
out for
paramedic.
COVID. It's not for paramedic anymore.
Shit.
Not as fun.
My past few weeks have just been nonstop.
Off the wall.
Yes, it's
In the
Vans
wall.
off the wall. Not as much.
I worked like I work 2 separate jobs right now, both of which are requiring a lot of my time.
He doesn't get tired.
No.
Sleepy.
I get tired.
He gets tired.
Yeah, he gets tired.
He don't get sleepy though.
There's the past few weeks have been like going from one job, clocking out, and then going to the other one and starting working. And then of course that second job is like a producer type job, so that requires me to like then go home and then start doing some editing stuff. So a lot of it's like, even when I go home, I then have to then do more work.
Damn,
so,
man, moving up in the world, full on producer now. Holy shit!
So it's I enjoy it and I love it, and I
Pretty
love
cool
this.
5 me over here.
I love the podcast as well, but then there's a point where it's like, don't you dare, Dylan.
No, I have to
Do it.
No, you have to push hard. Yeah.
Yep.
My weak finger didn't do the trick.
Yeah.
And that's it's
That
fun.
was how I woke up this morning feeling. I woke up this morning and I said,
Pitying your
it's
weak finger.
Right. No, not pitying your weak finger. I woke up this morning and I said, it's a bright, shiny day. Click. I was like, click.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, it's a bright, shiny day.
Wow.
Still,
I feel awful.
Actually, I woke up and said, I feel so bad. I feel so bad right now. I've been feeling under the weather for the past few days.
Me hurt.
Anyways, so my weeks have been like back to back and nonstop, and I enjoy the work that I'm doing, but then there's just moments where it's like I want to sleep.
Would like to stop.
I would like to just I want to take a vacation,
And
but with the whole virus thing, it's like I want to take a vacation, but all the places that I want to go
But you can't.
require me to like take a plane and go somewhere. And I know technically I probably could.
I was about to say, regardless of everything that's going on right now, whenever I finish up my paramedic, bro, I'm taking a vacation. I already have the place. I already have the money that I need. Once I'm all done, I got the money, I'm out.
Dang,
Texas
dude.
wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Especially considering it's right
was
fucking next
within
door.
a road trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Things were a lot more lax.
But the places
then.
that I want to go like are over an 8-hour drive away, and I really don't want to do that. So that's my case. I have nothing wrong with going to like Florida or somewhere else like that I can just like drive to really easily.
Was fun.
Yeah, but
I
it just
that trip.
What? To
Texas.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's all sorts of cool other stuff we could have done there, too.
Yeah.
But
that we
saying
didn't
all
get
that,
to do.
we are going to adjust our schedule. For you guys, it's not going to change every Friday morning, but for us, we're going to be doing it.
Don't worry, you'll miss us just as often.
We are.
For you, nothing will change.
Yes, but for us, we're going to be adjusting some days around, which is kind of why it's been very hectic.
For the three disembodied ethereal voices behind these microphones, things will change. Not like you'll notice.
But it's becoming increasingly more difficult with Ethan's busy schedule, working nights and days and all over the place, with my back-to-back schedule of nonstop.
And then with Dylan over here.
And then with Dylan's also smatterings of like, I also have to work tonight too. I'm like,
okay. No, Dylan working a double every single day.
Every weekend. Yeah. So it's...
I forgot. I told
Friday
you.
and Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
What's today? Keep going. Sorry. I'm lost.
So we're going to adjust it just so it's going to be better on us, so that way we can, of course, get a little bit more of a backlog going on, and we can kind of get our back on our feet again, because I definitely feel like we've been stumbling
Listeners
for the past month. We've been stumbling. And with that, are you guys ready to talk about Good Morning Vietnam?
All right, everybody shut up. Right. It's time for movie talk.
I thought you were to be like, everybody shut up. Ethan, you like it or not?
Yeah.
What do you got to say?
All right, so the same thing I always have to say. All right, describe the movie in 3 words, Dylan. You cannot use
Vietnam.
You cannot use Good Morning Vietnam.
No, it's perfect.
No, you can't.
Dude, every time you... Okay, fine. Hot, wet,
Funny.
shit.
Okay, one word.
Shit.
But I thought you
I'm
liked the
just
movie.
kidding. I like it. Shut up. I did it to be funny. Curse words are funny. Everybody knows that.
Curse words are funny. Laugh.
Guys, laugh. He said the fuck word.
Oh my God, man.
Who's your favorite character?
Robbin Williams.
Yeah, all right. I actually forgot the name of
who is
my
the-
favorite character, but mine. Oh, it was Garlic.
Yeah.
Garlic's my favorite character, hands down.
Garlic.
Cool
Like
fella.
I've written down like 2 of his phrases that are just amazing. I love that character.
The big wingman.
I
He was
like
super cool.
I like the like the head honcho, the big commander guy that comes in.
Oh yeah.
And kind
The
of
general?
Old school
screw-
general.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He just
I
kinda-
like his last line of the movie when the general's like, what did he say at the very end of the movie though? When the
He
general
said-
was like, I like that one.
You're in more need of a
That
blowjob
was
than
it.
any white man in history.
That was it. That was it. Something about he was like,
He's like, and then he's just sitting in the elevator like, that's funny.
yeah. He walks out. He walks back. He says, "In more need of a blowjob than any white man in history." That's funny. I remember that line. I remember him saying that funny.
I also just before that, whenever he's talking to him and he says, "I'm gonna move you to Prague or wherever he's going or
Yeah.
whatever it is." Like nothing.
Guam, I think.
Guam. He's like, yeah. He's like, nothing happens over there. Why are you gonna swim there? He's like, because he's like, you're not hard. You're just mean. And it's
That's
like
it.
sometimes
There's one
and it's
thing
like,
I've
and it
learned.
suits you.
yeah, exactly.
You're just mean. So
yeah.
You're a dick.
yeah.
Dick.
Yeah, and then-
Right? Yeah. I enjoyed it. Obviously, my favorite line was I wrote it down, obviously, because I've heard the line before, like, it's hot, damn hot, real hot. I heard that line before, favorite line, but the rest of it's just as good. He says, he's talking about Vietnam, and he's like, it's hot, damn hot, real hot and wet. Nice if you're with a lady, but no good if you're in the jungle. That's the best line in the movie.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
There's a point where he says you can put food in your pants and cook it, right? Or something like that. And I was like, what?
A little bit of crotch pit cooking.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, man.
Made-
Robbin Williams is,
Amazing.
Gone too soon.
yeah, man, was just a different kind of person.
Different kind
treasure.
of funny.
Yeah, different kind of funny, very much. This movie was like, I think I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I've never seen the whole thing. And so seeing it all in one go, I like it a lot.
It hits.
It hits good.
This movie slaps.
Yeah. There is one point where I realized like how good of an actor Robbin Williams is, and it's that moment when it's like 3/4 in the movie. He's like done with
Radio show.
yes, he's done with the radio show. He's about to get like kicked out, basically, is what I think is happening.
Mhm.
And they're like, you have to come back for like this one last episode or something like that. And
Mr. Funny Man over there is fucking it up with his goddamn.
yeah.
What were they called?
Polkas.
Polkas.
Polka tunes or whatever.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
I really like that scene though, where he's like sitting in the truck and roasting all the other people in the truck.
Wait,
That's a line that I wrote down at one point. He's like, he's shooting the breeze with all these people, and they realize that they all love him, so he goes back for another episode, right? Well,
Yeah.
When in that scene, he like points to one of the random soldiers, and he's like, "Hey, what's the difference between the military and Cub Scouts?" And they're like, "I don't know." He said, "Cub Scouts don't have heavy artillery." And just moves on to the other guy, and asks him a question. But yeah,
But it was in that moment of the movie where, in acting, they always teach about subtext, which is like your facial expressions and what you can convey to the audience without saying any words, with your expressions, with the way like what's happening in your head. How can you express that without saying anything? The thing that's happening like below the surface.
Mhm.
And I've seen like a bunch of Robbin Williams movies, and he's a great actor, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But in this movie specifically, there is that one moment where like he basically does stand up for a whole like convoy of military
Yeah.
troops
Mhm.
for like a few minutes, and it's like right as he's like in this kind of depression, he's like really low, he's like going through it, and Garlic, you said his name, his buddy,
yeah,
kind of like brings him out of it and is like, let's just go, like, I'm gonna drive you somewhere. I forgot where they were going, but basically he has this moment to like flex this muscle that's like he's really good at, of being funny and as his character in the movie. And there's that moment whenever like you can see it on his face, like he doesn't say anything. No one has to hold your hand and like tell you what he's feeling, or like this is what's going on in his mind right now.
Right.
You
get
can
the
just
picture right
you
away.
you can look at him in his eyes and you can see like he misses it, and
Mhm.
he's like, oh, this is
it's coming back
this.
to it.
Yeah, he's like, this
What
is
he's born to do.
yeah. He's like, this is what I need to
Yeah.
go back. And you're like, and in that moment, it transitions to the next scene, and you already know what's going to happen.
Back in.
And you're like,
Mhm.
and it's just
And he's gonna click that button and do the thing that I tried to do at the beginning of the podcast, but would feel tired. And he's gonna shout, "Good morning, Vietnam."
yeah.
And that kind of leads me to the next thing, which I am kind of jumping forward a little bit. Actually, yeah, I won't jump forward yet. One of the reasons like Garlic was my favorite character is because of like how he kind of chills out throughout the movie and like gets like kind of cooler. And at one point, whenever everyone's like talking about why they hate the other guy and why they wanted Robbin Williams back.
Oh my God, yeah.
And he's like reading letters and he's like talking to the sergeant or whoever's above him, and he's like, man, this one card says, and I'm just going to read it to you. This one card calls the other guy who's doing the radio show, who I forgot his name. He says, they said that he sucks sweat off a dead man's dick. He says, now, Sergeant, I don't exactly know what that means, but that sounds pretty negative to me. And I was like,
it's just so good.
Like,
the writing in it is really
in my heart, I know that I am funny.
right.
hate that guy.
Hate that guy. So
word out of your mouth is fucking verbal diarrhea.
I'm pretty sure I audibly laughed when he said that. Because no one who says in my heart I know I'm funny is funny.
No.
So, but one of my favorite things, the best part about this movie, one of my favorite things about it was I told Dylan this kind of already. Because, like, the reason why I never really watched movies is because I got to this point where I felt like I could, like, see through a lot of them. Because it's just, like, I don't know. You see a couple characters, and there's a lot of cliches, and you're just like, oh, that person's not going to die, or that nothing's going to happen. There's not going to be a sad ending. Like, everything's going to work out. And it gets to this point where, for me, I never felt like there was anything new. And that being said, I really love this movie because even the ending of this movie was perfect.
Yeah.
The ending was perfect. It's not like a cliche happy, this is a total spoiler, not a cliche happy ending, but everything still works out. Like, Robbin Williams feels better whenever he's leaving, and then Garlic gets the place, so he gets a new Good Morning Vietnam person, and he carries it on, and everybody, basically, like, everything does work out. It's just not like, the cliche happy ending.
The main antagonist gets taken out of his place.
Shipped off to some other place. Yeah.
It's not good.
And
he
it's
doesn't
like,
want to go.
It's not like everything's happy, but like the bad guy gets what he deserves.
It feels real.
Yeah, it's like the bad guy gets what he deserves. One of the good guys that you're kind of rooting for does get a position that he wants and that he would be good in. And Robbin Williams leaves that and is totally okay with it. And he's like, that's okay. He deserves a position, and like this is the way it's got to be. And like it isn't a happy ending, but it isn't like a sad ending, and it's definitely not cliche. It's probably what made this movie 1,000 times better. Like honestly, and like just in general, like I didn't expect all of the. Out of like a really solid comedy that's really funny, I didn't expect all the weightiness, and I really loved it. I loved the character who, again, I don't really know his name. I don't remember. It's not as fresh, but the character who is his friend,
whose sister he's trying to
he was trying to hook up with his sister. That guy.
That whole plot twist where he's like part of the
militia. He was the
militia
terrorist, air quotes, guy. Their conversation where they were shouting and cursing at each other was like just amazing because it was like it showed a lot of depth too, where it was like in a lot of situations like that where it's like you guys are calling us the monsters, but like we think you're the monsters, and I was like, damn man, that's some deep stuff. And I thought that it was for it being a comedy, it really brings to light that you can have comedy that means something. Yeah. You can really like.
Well, that's been Robbin Williams like. His whole
that was his.
I haven't seen enough of Robbin Williams. I just know he's great.
There is a handful of other movies. I can't think of them off the top of my head. There's like 2 of them that I've seen.
I just knew he was in Aladdin in this. I really don't know much else about what he's done.
I can't remember what it is. You're gonna probably have to help me on this like after because I don't want to talk about it on this episode. We don't have a whole lot of time here.
Yeah,
but that's like Robbin Williams' thing. Is like there's a way of like him making it funny and then like him like roping you in with his emotion. And you're like, oh man, it just like, makes you feel something.
And I like it because it's like, I feel like people, and it's like some of the things that I don't feel like you can really, again, do nowadays because this is an older movie.
Right.
And it's like, you can have a comedy that still has the weightiness and it not be considered like rude or racist or wrong or like, it doesn't have to be like all politically correct because it can be funny and still have that weight and mean something. It's really kind of why, why I love this movie so much because it was just like, I like that it can mean something and I can learn something and I can feel like convicted about how people are treated and like, man, like this is rough and still have a laugh too. Like, dude, I think that's like amazing. It's the best way to teach people about
you bought Hook, right?
Yes.
We need to watch Hook.
Oh, we will.
That's what, I think that's the one I pointed to. I was like, I want to watch that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's
put
it
on the list, boys.
Oh,
I got sent, by the way, I got texted a list, so I need to show it to you guys and see if you know.
Nice.
The ones that are on there. I forgot to reply to that text. I should, but still.
I can't think of what it is, but I at one point watched a movie that I went into it thinking it was going to be like an all right movie and like came out of there going like, I'm gonna cry. And it was one of those.
Right.
It was one of those kind of moments where I was like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
I have to think of it because it's been a minute since I've thought about it. But I'm looking at a list right now of all the movies he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
Even Flubber was a good movie. There's a whole bunch of these movies. I'm like, I haven't seen these in forever. And they're
Oh
all,
man,
he's a talented guy, and it's a really good movie.
a star in
yeah.
the truest sense of the word.
Of course. But so I guess the only thing I was gonna say left for this is we have a couple more movies that we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We want to watch. We're gonna put in the list.
Yeah.
One of them is Hook, obviously. And was
of course.
there anything else you wanted to talk about? I know you guys had said you wanted to have.
In keeping with the trend of Robbin Williams now, I picked up Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, that's another
That'll be a good one. I need to pick up
I've
Good
actually
Will Hunting.
literally never heard of Dead Poet Society.
Well,
Never even heard of it. I've heard of Good Will Hunting.
It's one of those big actor movies because I say that it's a movie that actors love because of all of the
That's the same thing with Breakfast Club.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I had
It
I
has
had an acting instructor tell me to watch Breakfast Club.
yes,
Which,
and you're like,
to be fair,
oh,
she was right.
and
To
you're
be
like,
fair.
now I
Oh,
know
yeah.
why. From what I've been told, it's a lot like that. The dialogue and the character scenes are really great for that movie.
impeccable.
Neato.
But yeah,
We're kind of low on time for this one because
Yeah.
we've been making them long.
yeah,
Lately.
exactly.
Otherwise,
So-
we'd keep a chugging and a chewing.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This train don't
Yes.
stop except it does.
Except for when I have
Yeah.
to poop. This train don't stop except for when I have to poop.
There you go.
So everybody can relate to that, right?
Yeah, I hope. Does everybody else have to poop? Am I the only one?
Let's not leave the episode on this note, please.
I think we totally should. Leave in the comments below if you guys have to poop.
Let us know if you're human or not.
Anyways,
Because if you aren't,
Are you a
Welcome
robot?
to
Please
you.
rotate this dog to the correct side up. You did it in 9 seconds, 1 star. Those are the new CAPTCHA things. Have you guys seen those before?
I haven't.
You haven't? It's pretty funny. I was trying to log in and it was like, verify if you're a human. And I was like, okay. And it said, rotate this dog so that it's the right side up. It's like upside down. And I was like, okay, rotate. And it like bounces and
What
rotates.
is a dog?
And then it rotates. I'm like, okay, it's on all fours. And it said, good job. It gives me like, rotate this buffalo. And I was like, what the hell?
what am I doing?
So then I rotate all of them. And then it says like, good job. It took you 9 seconds. And it was like 1 star.
No longer best friends with street signs and cars. Now am best friends with animal rotation.
And so I like also had all my credentials in wrong. So like it didn't even log me in. So then I did it again and it was like, rotate this dog. So I was like, oh God, rotate the dog again. And it was like, good job. You did this in 4 seconds. And it gave me 3 stars. And I was like, is it rating me on how human I am?
Why is it rating you?
Right? Is it rating me on how human I am?
That's so weird.
I was like, what the
Anyways,
heck?
if you guys want to look at all of our social media links or you can find the podcast, we have a link tree in the description. And it has all the places you can find the podcast. We have it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you name it, all the big places, even small ones I don't even remember about right now. But
Yep. Don't forget to
fucking
rotate
bother.
your dogs. Don't forget to rotate your dogs, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
you.
fucking bother if you're not some fucking crazy automaton that can't rotate a pooch.
If you can't rotate your dog, I don't know what to do.
Disgraceful.
Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, bye-bye.
See ya.
Later.